So you decided to get yourself an alliance ship for fighting. But you're probably thinking, Accureye, what type of an alliance ship should I get? Should I get the Alliance Chieftain? Should I get the Alliance Challenger? Should I get the Alliance Crusader? Which one is the best in your opinion? Well, in my opinion, I guess I could tell you which one I think is personally the best in my opinion. But with that being said, hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome to a small talks video, and what might be a bit of a short talks video, which is which alliance ship is my personal choice. Which one is the best in my personal choice? Well, I mean, you've obviously got quite a few to go off of when it comes to alliance ships, and when it comes to just doing a or having an alliance ship in general. One of the few ships that come into mind, and one of the best ships that come to mind for many people, or at least in the opinion of many people, is of course the Alliance Chieftain. It's a nice ship, but and it definitely does have its merits for ships in general. One of the main reasons I think this ship is, of course, in general chosen compared to the Crusader and the Alliance Challenger is the fact that the Alliance Chieftain has two large hardpoints. And these two large hardpoints could make it a DPS boss or DPS beast. But in my personal opinion, I just don't really think that that is a decent enough ship to really throw you into the method of saying that this is a great ship. This is an absolutely awesome ship. And I mean, of course, that is just my personal opinion. But when it comes down to it, which ship is really the best in my opinion? Well, I mean, let's take a look at it in general and just overall. As you can probably tell already, the Alliance Chieftain, its stats stand at, of course, it being a medium fighter, it of course stands with its overall highlights being 4 utility mounts, which is not bad, 3 small hardpoints, which again, not bad, 1 medium hardpoint, and 2 large hardpoints. Again, that could make it a pretty decent weapon. And I think many people like choosing the Alliance Chieftain because of its 2 large hardpoints, which again, very, 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 ooh, that could be very good. But, let's talk about its internals. The internals, of course, are 2 size 2 components, 1 size 4 component, 1 size 5 component, and 1 size 6 component. And of course, it holds a 3 size 4 military components, which again, very decent, very, very decent. In general, I mean, you could see it being a fairly decent ship overall. And it is a fairly decent ship overall. But what about the other variations and its predecessors of the sort? Well, if you look at the Alliance Challenger, or the Alliance Crusader, again, it has 4 utility, just like before, 3 small, 2 medium, and 1 large. Again, not exactly the most impacted of ships, but, I mean, it is decent overall. And I find that could be decent. Now, its highlights is that it has a 183 top speed, compared to the Alliance Chieftain, which has, a top speed of 235. Again, if you're looking for speed, the Alliance Chieftain definitely has the Crusader beat. But what about the Challenger? And I like the Challenger because it's very, very tanky. And even just before engineering, you can find it to be a very, very tanky ship. So the Alliance Chieftain, or Challenger, has an overall top speed of 204. 316 when you consider it. Way less than the Chieftain. But it's really a much better choice in my opinion. With 3 small hardpoints, 3 medium, and 1 large hardpoint, 2 size 2 components, 2 size 3 components, and 2 size 6 components, plus its normal 3 size 4 components, military components. It is a very, very powerful ship, and I find it to be very, very tanky. I mean, just look at it as I flew out of the station. I mean, you could see it in all of its beauty. I mean, it's an absolute beautiful ship. You know, and the hardpoint alignment is actually pretty good for what it is. Like, if you're looking for a great hardpoint alignment, you can see how my multi-cans are, the two multi-cans I have are on the side. And then I got one medium pulse laser on the middle. In the top, it's an even better placement than you would have ever expected. And this is why, to me, the Alliance Chieftain, or Challenger, the Alliance Challenger is by far probably one of the best ships for, being out there for bounty hunting. Not only is it tanky, not only is it fast and it has some maneuverability, but you can see it there. You got the huge hardpoint, which is a multi-cannon that I inserted. And then you got your little pulse lasers all around the side of it. I mean, overall, the alignment of the Alliance Challenger is by far one of the best alignments I have seen. While I have not messed with the Chieftain, it is still, overall, just looking at the specs and the power of the Alliance Challenger, I personally believe the Alliance Challenger is a very, very, very powerful and great ship. Now, what about the Challenger? Why do I like the Challenger more than the Chieftain? Well, let's do a side-by-side comparison, shall we? So, the side-by-side comparison is the Alliance Chieftain, both and the Challenger are both medium ships. They both have 2 pilot seats, so multi-crew is no problem. Flight hangar, absolutely not. Both actually can't have a flight hangar. Now, what about the mass? Well, the mass is yes. The Challenger is a little more heavy. The mass lock factor is 13 versus the 13 and the 50% less hull mass on the Chieftain. Armor-wise, though, you're looking at 504 for the Alliance Chieftain. And in the case of the Alliance Challenger, you're looking at 540. Overall, the Alliance Challenger, much, much, much stronger. Much, much, much tankier. And this is even before you put reactive compost on it. When it comes down to the reactive compost, whoo boy, you don't want to mess with the Challenger. It's going to be a beefy tank. It's going to be a bit of a beefy tank. Both have a 65 armor hardness. What about its shields, though? Well, at 208 shields, megajoule shields, you're going to be looking at a pretty good shield, right, versus the 162 megajoules. Maneuverability, it's 4 on both ends. What about the the speed? Well, that's where the question, I guess, comes in for you in general. Is, do you want a faster ship, or would you prefer to have something that can stand out in a battle a little longer? Personally, if you're looking for a faster ship that can get away, I would say go for the Alliance Chieftain. Not only is it cheaper, but it also has a 235 meters per second top speed without boosting. When boosting, it has almost a 338 meters per speed. And, I mean, in general, the rest of the components. So, I mean, overall, yes, it is actually a decent ship. I would highly recommend the Alliance Challenger, just because, personally, I enjoy it a lot more. It's a lot tankier. It can have much better shields than you would have ever expected. And, in general, it was built to be a beast. And it's also just probably by far one of the greatest hunting ships I've had the pleasure of trying out in the past. But, I mean, that's my opinion. Personally, that's my opinion. And overall, I mean, it's up to you to decide which Alliance ship you like the best. I personally will say the Alliance Challenger is my choice, and it will always be my choice. I personally like it because of its beefiness, its tankiness. Sure, it doesn't have the speed of the Alliance Chieftain, but when it comes down to it, I'm not looking to get away in a combat, in the factor of a combat situation. Unless it's an absolute, last resort, holy crap, I gotta get the heck out of here, then I'm not looking to get out of an armor situation, or a fighting situation, unless it's absolutely, last resort. But with that being said, look up my defense video if you want a little more of an idea about defense and how to better prepare yourself for it. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me on this video. My ship of choice when it comes to the Alliance line of ships so far is the Alliance Challenger. It'll currently always be my current choice for ships that, you're looking at when it comes to, just being able to face a battle without having it. But again, it comes down to what your fighting style is. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I'm potentially making it more often to be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday video or stream. Monday, Tuesday, and potentially Sunday, I will be live for about 2 to 3 hours. Sunday will always be most likely a bonus stream. And Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I will be live for 4 to 5 hours. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me on this video. And until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.